What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I am back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still supporting.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video, man. Before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, I'm back with another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 68 to the best of my knowledge. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Now, y'all already know I started this series off at the beginning of the year in 2023. And here we are. Y'all asked me to continue to keep the count going forward. So that's what the kid is going to do, right? Okay. Pretty much, y'all know I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday, right? Okay, now, if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section and it is free to sign up, man. But without further ado, let's just dive right into this weekly sneaker rotation, right? Okay, so starting right off on Saturday, the kid had to go to the chop shop, aka the barber shop, whatever you want to call it. And you know what? I don't know what it is, man, but I feel like I had low-key have been sleeping on this sneaker. Didn't say I forgot about it, but you know, I needed to bring them back out again. So the kid stepped out in none other than the Air Jordan 4 Union. And this is arguably, you know, this is a shoe that it grew on me, right? Okay, y'all know I did the customers on these joints right here where I actually cut the wings open. The tongue part is actually paused, but it's actually the really easy part of the shoe. Like you don't even really need tools. You can just, that thread, Nike set it up where you can literally, because the tongue came folded like this, you actually do that. That part actually was pretty easy, but the window joint took a little bit of, I'm not gonna say it was hard, but you definitely want to be careful when you not want to mess up the wings. But I wanted that traditional forward look on these guys. Most people just did the tongue part and left the wing part alone, but I wanted to go all the way in. Of course, Nike check on the back of these guys, so y'all know I was already sold on these guys. Now, this is the Union Air Jordan 4, and I know the Union Jordan 1s definitely hit harder. Definitely something on the kids' radar that I will be adding to the collection. I know they did 2 colorways on them, but right now this is the 4s I did for Saturday. And I can't even really think of the name of these joints right off the top of my head for some strange reason, but they will come to me probably when I cut the camera off right off rip. But arguably this shoe is one of those, it was a hate for me at first, and I know they did like a pink colorway, but I really wasn't feeling those over the black joints. So pretty much this was my Saturday shoe, was the Air Jordan 4 Union, right? Okay, and I'm almost positive, I can't even think of the name and I don't even want to butcher it, but sound off in the comment section because y'all already know where the kid brain is going. Y'all know I don't write none of this stuff down, but anyway, I did have to come off the hit with the chip with these guys, and a shoe that if you don't own and you do want to cop, just know that it's all 4s are stiff, but these joints are stiff even after like a loosely laced joint. So I will say you're gonna have to break them in. So it's a shoe you definitely need to wear, and the material is definitely different on this. But this was my Saturday shoe, was the Air Jordan 4 Union. Now we're gonna move right along on to Sunday. At this point, you guys probably already figured it out. Sunday, I tried my very best, try not to do absolutely positively nothing, so that's your hint right there. On Sunday, the kid stepped in none other than the YEEZY slides, meaning I was pretty much just around the house, and pretty much to keep it 100, Sunday is a prep day for me. Like, I prep through the week, because y'all know I work a full-time job. I work 5 days a week. Actually, I probably work every day if you include YouTube, which I know we make it look like it's easy, which to a certain extent it may be, but somebody got to hit that upload button at the end of the day. Somebody still got to cut that camera on. Somebody still got to edit that video. And for the most part, all of that is me, right? Okay, so y'all pretty much know what it is. But Sunday is pretty much the day where I just told you should be relaxing. So I pretty much prep in the morning, and then that night I'm just trying to relax for the rest of the week, right? Or at least prepare for the rest of the week for whatever's ahead of me, right? Okay, so this was my Sunday shoe, was the YEEZY slide, and this is the pure colorway, right? Okay, now we're gonna move right along on to Monday. Right back at the work, and to be 100, I think we got a little bit of rain, but I think honestly how the way my schedule was set up, I was able to dodge it here and there. So actually this one should be actually no Air Jordan 11s in this weekly sneaker rotation, as you guys probably already caught on that. So pretty much on Monday, right back at the work, the kid stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 1, and this is a Georgetown joints. Now I did pay resale for these guys, but I'm very glad I did, man. And it's got the 85 cut, another stiff shoe by Jordan Brand, but I'm gonna say it, if I didn't say it in the sold out Discord, shameless plug, but this is if I look at this shoe as if, and why is this so important to me and why I like it so much, and y'all know my favorite color is red at this point, but I look at this as if Allen Iverson had have signed with Nike, this probably would have been the shoe if we're gonna keep it 100, because he played at Georgetown and we just gonna keep it at that. But you know, he went on to do the deal with Reebok and here we are, right? Okay, but this was my Monday shoe, was the Air Jordan 1 Georgetown. Now we're gonna move right along on to Tuesday. Kid right back at the work. Y'all know I worked a full-time job. I wanna bring out a shoe that low-key, I don't wear enough and it's in my collection. I did pay resale on it, and you know, I feel like all my shoes are meant to be worn, and that is my biggest goal this year, to be honest. The only shoe I plan on having dead stock is a shoe that I literally just copped and just haven't put in rotation, but there's no more shoes are sitting collecting dust in this pretty much collection, right? Okay, that's just my goal. But anyway, right back to work on Tuesday. The kid stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 6, and this is the Travis Olive. Some people say this is the better of the two sixes, even though I know there's some friends and family pairs and some colorways that haven't dropped, but to the public, there's that British khaki and there's the olive joints right here. Glow in the dark, of course, but I know the camera's not gonna do this any justice unless I cut the lights off, which I'm not about to do right now. But I will say I like this shoe, man, and I think this is a good shoe perfectly for coming in springtime, where we're at right here, spring/summer, and you can get these joints off in the fall. So it's got definitely a good variety on these joints. Nike check on the back, I think that's a grab the right one, because the other one got the Catch a Jack logo. I was gonna be embarrassed if I flipped this joint around and I'm talking Nike check on the back and that's not the one I grabbed. But anyway, Nike check on the back of these guys, man. Sixes is another shoe I feel like it's not everybody's favorite, but when done correctly, we still go show love. At least I do anyway. And y'all know arguably one of my favorite sixes is the one he actually won a ring in, the infrared joints. But anyway, we're talking to Travis Olives, and this is what I rocked on Tuesday. All right, man, so we're gonna move right along on to Wednesday, right back at the work, full-time job, and the boss man really, you know, been keeping us busy, which I'm not mad at that, because y'all know me, man. If you haven't figured it out, I'm not against working now. Actually, you know, I feel right. People don't ask me, they ask you when you take a break. I don't know what that is, man. You know, I like to stay busy. I take breaks, but I like to stay busy. I like to stay active, if that makes sense. But anyway, on Wednesday, right back at the work, kid stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 3, and this is the Fire Red. Of course, Nike check on the back. At this point, man, y'all already know, man, it ain't too many of my shoes behind me that don't have that Nike. I do have some that got the Jumpman on there, don't get me wrong. But majority of the shoes, y'all know if it got that Nike check on the back of that thing, I'm pretty much 70% sold. It don't too much leave me out there hanging where I'm like, oh, I gotta make a decision. Like, and of course, this has that red. This was an original colorway. Everything was done around the shoe, and it was readily available. I feel like a lot of people slept on these joints. And you know what? I don't care, because at the end of the day, buy what you like, and y'all know that's what I'm about. But anyway, this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 3 Fire Red. There's also an Eminem version out there, but that one I'm pretty sure it was exclusive for him, and I don't even want to know what it takes to probably get that in your hands financially. But anyway, this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 3 Fire Red. Cool, now we're gonna move right along on to Thursday, right back at the work. Brought out a shoe that I still need to break in. I've been wearing it, but it's another stiff shoe, so I need to wear it a little bit more. Very versatile, more than what you actually think. It was a shoe that I didn't think I was actually gonna hit on, but I actually did. And that is none other than the Air Jordan 5, and this is the Year. Now, I feel like this. Year, I'm gonna say this, right? And I'm gonna be nice about it. They either get it right, or they don't at all. The 3s, they got right. The 5s, they got right. Everything else, I'm not saying they're bad, but it's pretty much, yeah, it's preference at the end of the day. But this one, I feel like they did right. The cell laces really put it over the top. Of course, if the camera's gonna do this any justice, Nike check on the back of these guys. Hopefully the camera give this some type of justice and give me some focus action. Super dope. Again, y'all know me, man. I'm a sucker for that Nike logo, and I've been saying that since day one. I don't know what it is. I know what it is. Obviously, even though, and this is the exception to the rule where people try to like play me in the comment section sometimes too, where it don't necessarily need it. The shoe don't necessarily need the Nike check, but when it's on there, it's like it put that extra sauce on it, pause, for me. And that's just what I'm gonna speak for myself. A shoe, again, I'm gonna say is very stiff. If you don't own a pair and you're gonna cop a pair, they are stiff, so it's a shoe you need to wear. Like all your shoes you need to be wearing, man. Yes, they are art. Yes, they are amazing, but at the end of the day, to get that true comfortability, what I feel like, you need to be wearing your shoes. And I'm not saying around the clock, because back in the day, if you look at some of my shoes, you'll be like, man, you really showed out in these guys. And yes, I really did, right? Okay, so pretty much this was my Thursday shoe. Even though the aging on this, little bit too much for me on the bottom, but you know what? It works for this shoe. Sometimes I'm getting tired of the aging and everything like that. Make sure we get back in focus real quick. But yeah, like sometimes I get tired of the over aging, but this one I feel like they did right. One thing I would have liked to have, even though it's pretty cool with these details, having the A in the netting, like the I'm a year logo on the netting, they could have just did the regular netting for me and called it a day. But you know what? It is what it is. Overall, I'm not mad at the shoe. I hit on them, and here we are. So this was my Thursday shoe. Was the I'm a year Air Jordan 5. Cool, now we're gonna move right along on to Friday, man. Again, right back at the work. Y'all know the kid work a full-time job, making sure everything is focused. When y'all see me get to the camera sometimes, gotta make sure everything is still looking good, hopefully. Cause yes, I do have a monitor, but at the same time, it's not like a full-on screen so I can see what it's a full screen, but it's not big on the level. Pause. It could be better, and I probably could buy some additional attachments. May look into that in the future. But anyway, we're gonna move right along on to Friday to close out the week. You know what? I wanted to switch it up, and I feel like I have been heavy in this kind of rotation, which I am gonna do a separate video for like my gym sneaker collection, because it's down here and it's actually starting to grow, man. This is my sneaker room, so pretty much all my sneakers are pretty much here. I used to have stuff separated, but it's all here. But enough rambling, let's get to Friday, which the kid stepped in none other than the Air Max Shun Weatherspoons. Now, every time I wear this shoe, I will say this. Comfortability could be better, but it's an attention grabber, a conversation starter, and like I said, you can't go wrong with these guys right here. I did have to pay resale, but I caught them before they started to go straight up through the roof. Some shoes, they don't go down. Sometimes they continue to just go completely up. So every time I wore these joints, I've gotten nothing but compliments. So this was my Friday shoe. I will say this, it doesn't seem like it's versatile, but it actually really is, man. It's one of these shoes where when the time it hit, they did the right thing, and I don't think Shun Weatherspoon has been able to top this shoe. Not saying he's trying, but again, this is one of these shoes where you just had to be a part of those times, man. And not saying you can't go back and grab it, but this one holds like a more sentimental value for me. And y'all know at this point, probably y'all already seen one of the unboxings that I had coming this week. Definitely got more unboxings on the way. Like I'm telling you, like, I don't know what, when I get in that mode, I just be going crazy with it. So y'all know what's up. But this was my Friday shoe, was a Shun Weatherspoon Air Maxes. Cool, man. So pretty much that complete this weekly sneaker rotation for this week. Man, y'all sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. Y'all know I do my very best to read all the comments and reply back. I know sometimes I'm kind of behind, but I do get caught up. But anyway, man, y'all sign off in the comment section. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.